Text analysis could be difficult to do sometimes. For example, if you have a sentence like this, you might need human intervention to be able to categorize it. Or do we? Well, I'm gonna show you how you can incorporate ChatGPT within your Excel sheet to do it for you. In addition, we're gonna look how to categorize numbers and sentences based on keywords. So let's go. Let's start with the easiest case. So here I want to categorize ages. I have the ages in column A, and this is my table. So between 0 and 20, I will have baby, 21 to 50 young, etc. Now, how do you do this? I'm going to use a VLOOKUP with a small secret sauce. Let's start with what you have to do in the setup. In the setup, you have to put the data from the lowest to the highest. So if you see here, I start at 0 to 20. Here I have 21 to 50, etc. If you have the data in any other order, it doesn't work. For example, if I had the data like this way it doesn't work because I have to have them sorted from lowest to highest. So what I can do is data, you can go to sort here, for example, you have the column called low, and then we're going to sort from smallest to largest. Let's press OK, and you get the data like this. Next, we're going to write a VLOOKUP. So equal VLOOKUP, open parenthesis. Here, we're going to start with the lookup value, which is the age, comma, the table array is here, very easy, I'm going to select it, comma, the column index, so I'm looking at the low column, and I want the bracket, so that means 3, comma, and here is the secret sauce. Instead of putting false for exact match, we're going to use true for approximate match. We close parentheses, press enter, and there you go. Now we double click, and you get all the correct answers. For example, this is baby, this is old, etc. Let's go to the second case. In this one, I have some text, and I want to categorize it based on keywords. So my keywords is in column F, and I want the category from column G. For example, here you have Python, I want programming. And sometimes you will have more than one keyword. For example, here you have Excel and you have analysis. So Excel is software and analysis is data science, and you want them in the categories. Doing this manually is very hard, but I wrote a macro for this. I'm just going to show you how the macro works, and then we'll understand it and see how we can take it, copy paste it to your workbook, or you can just download this workbook and use it as is. So I'm just going to click, and you can see this is programming, software, data science, etc. So now let's understand how to get the macro. You can go to developer. If you don't have the developer tab, don't worry, just go to file, and here you have more options. Under options, you have customize ribbon. You will see this developer, you will have to tick mark it, so like this, and press OK, you'll get the tab. Now under developer, you have Visual Basic, so we're going to click on it. If you don't see anything, just double click on module 1, and you will see this is the macro. Now before explaining to you how to copy paste it, I will go through the code for 1 minute, 1 minute and a half, and explain to you the code, so in case you want to change it, you know how to do it. It's going to be very easy. If you don't understand VBA, you can go to my VBA playlist, and you can just skip this 1 minute, 1 minute and a half to see how to copy paste it. So let me go through it. First of all, I am trying to get through those two variables, the last row in column A and in column F. Why? If I go back here, you will see that column A has the text and column F has the keywords. So what I do is I start at the last row of Excel, which is this one, 1 million and something, and I go up to get this last row. You can see you get here column 1. This is column 6, so this is column F. If you want to change it, for example, you want it in column G, you can put 7, etc. And I'm going up from the last row. After doing this, I am starting at row 2 till the last row where I have the text, and I'm putting whatever I have in my cell into this variable text. So I am repeating this through a loop. I have another variable called result, which is blank. Now within this loop, I am going through the data that I have in my keyword table from row 2 till last row of my table, which contains the keywords. And here I take a variable called keyword. I am putting the keyword from column F, and here is my variable J. And for category, I am taking it from the column next to it, which is the 7th column. Then we're going to do an if statement. So I am checking whether the keyword is in the text. If it's true, you will have a number that is above 0. Then if it's true and my result is empty, then my result becomes the category. If my result has already something, because we said that we might have more than one keyword, then I'm going to add a comma and the category. And finally, I'm going to put the result in the right cell, which is in column B, which is why you have 2 here. As simple as this. Now, let's just go and copy paste this. Control A, Control C. Then I go back to my Excel sheet. And here what I'm going to do is create a new Excel file. So I can just go to File and create one, New. Or if you have a Windows PC, you just do Control N. That's the shortcut. And here what I want to do is go to Developer, Visual Basic. If you see here, this is my new workbook. This is called Book 1. So I'm just going to click on it, right click, Insert, Module. This is my Module 1. I'm just going to paste this. As simple as this. Now let's create some data. So this is my text. I want to sleep. And here we're going to create in column F the keyword. In column G the category. Let's say sleep is A and happy is B. So if I run this, I should get in this column an A. You need a button to run this. So we're just going to go to Insert, Illustrations. You can go for shapes or icons. I'm just going to go for icons. Here you can type what you want and search for icons. I'm just going to take the first one. Very easy. I just double clicked. I'm going to put it here. Right click, Assign Macro. And here you will take Categorize Texts. You don't need to take the first one because this is the macro that I had in my original Excel file. How do I know the name of the Excel file is here? So I'm just going to double click on this one. And now if I click, you can see we get A because we have sleep in it. There you go. Let's just close this. We won't save it. And now we go to the fun part. I'm going to use ChatGPT. Here, if you see, I have some very complicated sentences and I want to know whether it fits any of those categories. It's not easy. For example, my order hasn't arrived yet and it's past the estimated delivery date. I mean, you can have delivery, for example, as a keyword, but it's not that simple. So how to do this? First, we go and get our utility. So Insert, Add-ins. You're going to type ChatGPT. And you're going to see this one, ChatGPT for Excel. There are other ones. Just select this one. We're going to add it. So you'll get it in this window. And if you see in the Home tab, I have ChatGPT for Excel. So for example, if I close the window, I can click and get it back. Now you will get some free API calls to test it. But if you really want to use it, you will have to use a plan. I'm using this plan which costs $8 per month. And if you have the free one, you will get the number of API calls that you have left. Now you might need to log in using your Microsoft account. It's just putting your Gmail, creating an account. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not gonna bore you with this. So here, if you can see, I have $3 of credit and 1 million tokens cost between 0.5 and 1.5. So I have a lot. I can use it a lot. What we're gonna do is super simple. Let me show you. Equal AI.choice, open parentheses. Here you have the values. So my value is actually this sentence, comma, choices. Those are my categories and I created them. I'm going to use F4 so I can drag the formula. Close parentheses, press enter. It's busy. It got me a billing issue. Let's just double click and here it will use some API calls. There you go. For example, here it is a technical issue. I can't log into my account. This is a shipping issue. My order hasn't arrived. And you can see the algorithm is pretty cool and pretty accurate. Let's do another one. I have some others here and I want to know whether it's a product promotion, customer testimonial, etc. So I'm going to do the same thing. Equal AI.choice, open parentheses. We select and we select the categories here. F4, close parentheses, press enter. You can see this is a product promotion. You get the discount here. And if we double click, For example, this is an engagement post. You see it's talking about followers and so on. It is using machine language to understand the sentence and put it in your own category.